another $1 million payday tonight on the World Poker Tour.
The World Poker Tour is a series of international poker tournaments featuring the biggest games, the greatest players, and the largest payouts on the planet. In Tunica, 6 players clash over a $5 million prize pool. It's a melee in Mississippi tonight on the World Poker Tour.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to the World Poker Tour. We're in Tunica, Mississippi, on the banks of the mighty Mississippi for the final table of the $5 million World Poker Open. And Vince, like they say in the South, how y'all doing?
Well, you know, Mike, I'm a little jet lagged, to tell you the truth. I mean, I should have paid more attention to the word world on the World Poker Tour before I took the job. I mean, last week we were in the Bahamas having a great time in the sun in that country's first major poker tournament. And then we paddle boated up the Mississippi to the birthplace of poker, the American South, where they have been playing the great American card game for the last 150 years.
You're right, Vince. The history of poker goes right through Mississippi and right through this great tournament. And the cream sure rises to the top in the South. 512 players started this event 4 days ago. We are down to our final 6, but only one is going to walk away as WPT champion and $1.5 million richer.
Well, this promises to be a classic. Let's go down to the table and meet the players. Today's short stack is 28-year-old newcomer, electronic engineer Raja Katamuri from Irving, Texas. Now, Raj made it here by investing only $200 in a satellite, and he has a little over $300,000 in chips right now.
In seat number 1 is another new face to the World Poker Tour from Hollywood, Florida, 24-year-old former poker dealer Michael the Grinder Mizrachi. Michael's starting out in 5th chip position today with $515,000 in chips.
Now, today's youngest player is a 23-year-old philosophy major from the University of Wisconsin, John Stoltzman. Now, John made the final table by winning a $1,000 super satellite, and he's got $517,000 in chips.
In seat number 6, starting out with $1.1 million in chips, is poker's undeniable superstar, 30-year-old Daniel Negreanu. This is Daniel's 3rd WPT final table this season, and he's already got 2 WPT titles under his belt.
Kid poker on a rush, but in 2nd chip position, it is Las Vegas pro and poker icon. He is 43-year-old Scotty Wynn. He's had some tough luck on the WPT in the past. Let's see if he can bring the title home tonight. He's got $1.2 million.
And our chip leader, one of the best all-around poker players in the world, is 49-year-old poker pro Chow Chang from Las Vegas, Nevada. Chow plays in the biggest cash games in the world on a daily basis, and he comes to this final table with $1.4 million in chips.
Shuffle up those cards and get them in the air. Good luck, gentlemen. Good luck.
Well, here we go. The World Poker Open about to get underway. Vince, it's big poker in the South.
That's right, and the winner will take home $1.5 million. Of course, we are playing No Limit Texas Hold'em, 2 cards in your hand, 5 in the middle to make your best 5-card poker hand. Action's going to be on John Stoltzman to act first. He quickly throws away ace, deuce of hearts. Chow Chang throwing away his king 8.
Around to Raj. He folds.
And now it is Scotty Wynn, a superstar player. He looks down at just an awful 7 deuce offsuit.
Well, the worst starting hand in Hold'em poker.
It looks like he...
Well, he's going to fold it.
He always starts like that.
Look at this Daniel Negreanu right behind him with a wired pair of 10s.
That's unbelievable. Unbelievable. I'm going to raise it. Make it 60,000.
He's going to pop it up with the 2 10s. 60,000 to go.
Only one to beat is Michael Mizrachi, the grinder. And look at this. He's got a pair of kings wired.
First hand, going to raise. I'm going to re-raise.
I figured you might do that. I really had a feeling.
He says he's going over the top with it. I don't blame him.
Yep. Big firework potential right here on hand number 1, folks.
My chip's stuck.
Raise it 150,000.
Okay, I'm going to make it...
Uh-oh, look at Daniel.
150 more.
I'm going to make it $1 million.
He's going to make it $1 million. Well, you know the grinder's not going to throw away 2 kings here. He quickly calls.
You got a pair?
Daniel's in quicksand here.
That's cold, Nick.
On hand number 1, over $1 million pot already.
Starting counts. We don't need to count these. Okay.
Nice hand, sir.
First hand, Daniel absolutely startled that this guy has this big of a hand. Kings versus 10, 5 cards to come.
Look. I'm the one who needs it.
Here comes the first 3 cards.
Oh, that's a good flop.
With a flop comes 9-8-6, giving Daniel Negreanu a straight draw. So Daniel needs to catch a 10 or a 7.
Well, he's got some outs here.
He sure does.
But the grind is still out in front with the Kings.
I feel a 7. Was that a 7?
The way Daniel's been going lately, he's been so hot. Let's see if he gets lucky. Not so far. 3 of diamonds on the
I need it on
turn.
the turn. Too late.
That's good for Michael Mizrachi so far.
Well, Daniel must catch a 7 or a 10. If he does so,
Could be a 7.
the grinder will be gone. If not, this young kid will double up on hand number 1 at this final table. What a feeling that'll be. Here comes the river.
beat me at the tournament.
It's a king. He's made 3 kings at the river. And Vince, I got to tell you, he's got a big cheering section here today. They've come up from Florida to root this guy on here at this final table.
And look at that. Kid Poker Daniel Negreanu taken aback, shaking his head. What can you do? You got your 10s?
Well, you see, he looks a little stunned here.
So Michael's Mizrachi on the very first hand here at Tunica, doubling up.
Well, how great is that? You go up against the hottest guy on the tour, you double up on hand number 1 against him. What does that do for your confidence?
My name is Michael Mizrachi. They call me the Grinder, and I am a machine. To play against those guys, I have no fear. I think they should fear me more than I should fear them.
You know, we've got 3 Goliaths at this table, and Daniel Negreanu, Scotty Nguyen, and Chao Chang, and 3 relative unknowns, first-timers on the World Poker Tour final table, and relatively inexperienced in the poker world, so it's going to be fun to watch.
You had better hand. I almost.
Now it's around to John Stoltzman with Jack 10.
Look at this, the 23-year-old from the University of Wisconsin is going to raise it, makes it $70,000 to go with Jack 10 offsuit.
Chao Chang throwing away his 9 to 5.
Round to Raj. He looks down at Jack 8 offsuit. He folds.
And now it is Scotty Nguyen, a former world champion. This time he's got ace-6 offsuit.
It's not the kind of hand you're crazy about when your opponent raises you.
But he's already invested. He's the big blind.
Yep, it's going to cost him $50,000 more to call, and Scotty's going to look him up here. And we can see Scotty has the best hand, but he doesn't know it.
Well, maybe he does, but here comes the flop.
All right, flop is King 9-9.
Doesn't help Scotty, but it gives an inside straight draw to John Stoltzman.
Scotty quickly checks, as does John. So here we go to the turn. Well, a 10 comes off. Now that gives John 2 pair, 10s and 9s. Scotty checks again. And John checks the 2 10s.
Yeah, he's got to play this slow. Here comes the river.
And now a 9 comes off, putting 3 9s on the board.
John backing into a full house there.
Scotty reaching for chips with his ace high. Saw his opponent check a couple times.
He's going to take a stab at this with the ace high. John is quickly looking him up. He's called this.
Ace high, baby.
Yep, John's going to call him down that spot with any pair. He had the 2 10s. He made the full house. So John Stoltzman, the youngster from Wisconsin, taking down the pot. So my view for Scotty to bet that hand at the river, Vince, you have to put your opponent exactly on ace, queen, or ace, jack. Meaning if you lead out and bet, he may throw that hand away and you can pick up that pot. Rather than split it with your opponent, you're going to win it all.
It's gonna be tough.
You know, your opponent's going to call you with a pair there, so there's no great value in betting there in the end, in my opinion.
John Stoltzman, 23 years old, came here straight from prom night and looking good here in Tunica.
John folds. And now we're around to another one of the Goliaths. He's got a Goliath of a hand, 2 kings.
That would probably be 6.
Chao Chang making it $60,000 to go with the Cowboys.
Into Raj. Now, Raj has got a hand, too. He's got big slick.
Wow, he's also on the short stack, Vince.
The electronic engineer thinking this through. He's got a big hand. Little does he know what's on his right.
I just can't believe you're not going to go with this hand. $1 One of the best hands you can pick up, ace kings, and no room to hold him. Yeah, but he's doing that.
Scotty's out.
I feel this shit.
Daniel's out.
Michael folds his hand.
I call.
Back around to Chow. He's quickly called it.
65 is the only bet.
So Raj is not going to like that.
I hope you don't have two aces.
Chow said call. He's going to call him.
I feel it, baby.
Hey, Chow, don't mess around. I had an ace.
Thank
you.
The 28-year-old from Irving, Texas, in trouble here.
Good luck, boys.
What a bad place to be, but there's 5 cards to come. Let's see if Raj Katamuri can get lucky. Here comes the flop.
Flop is 10-9-3.
Not good for him so far.
Well, what that means is he must catch an ace or 2 running cards to make an ace high straight. Otherwise, he's going to be our 6th place finisher.
Chow Chang very cool. In a good place right now to bust this man. Here comes the turn card.
Well, it's a jack.
Ooh, pick up a queen.
A lot of queens left.
Raj, straight draw.
Now that does give Raj the ace high straight draw. So he can now catch a queen and win this pot. He can also catch an ace to win it.
Well, he's got outs, and he's going to need the big suck out. Let's see the river.
Well, it's a 6 of diamonds.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, it's over for Raj.
Every pot from now on. Here, every pot comes.
Raj Katamuri had less playtime than Rudy. Is our 6th place finisher.
Well, he got in here in a $200 satellite advance. He'll be taking home nearly $250,000. A good parlay for him. He's gone today, but you can't fault him for going all in right there with ace king.
Every pot I meet now. It's my deal.
We are down to 5 players. Stay tuned. We're coming back with more action here on the World Poker Tour.
This guy is the toughest hombre in poker.
Millionaire with a heart, Barrett.
Barry Greenstein has knocked 2 players out at the same time.
Right here in Mississippi, we've got number 5 in the Millionaires Club.
Showing no emotion, but feeling good inside.
Welcome back to the banks of the mighty Mississippi. Millions are at stake here at the World Poker Open. Let's get back to the action.
You see it?
Well, I tell you, Mike, we have 5 very colorful characters here.
Well, you're not kidding. 3 superstars of poker, 2 guys that are 23 and 24 years old, but they're not backing up to these champion players. I'm telling you, they're holding their own against them.
I don't know. It's,
Chow Chang extending his lead about 1.7 million.
Scotty, first act here.
Every pot I play from now. Let's go. I'm ready. Rock and roll. It's my deal with him.
All right, baby.
Superstar Scotty Wynn going out.
Round to Daniel, he folds.
I don't think you're going to play every pot.
Every pot.
We'll find out.
Michael Mizrachi with ace-5 of spades.
Well, he's going to raise it on the button, comes in for 62,000.
62.
Substantial raise. John Stoltzman going out.
Around to Chow.
2,000 too
Now
much.
he's the chip leader here. He only has a king-6 offsuit.
42,000. Play every pot.
He says play every pot.
Oh, yeah.
Well, what he's doing is making a statement here. You're not going to run over my blinds. Don't try to steal them all day long. I'm a defender.
Every pot I play.
He's sending a message.
Here comes the flop.
And he's hit lightning in the jar. He's flopped the top 2 pair.
Tremendous, and he nonchalantly checks it.
But look at this. Michael has flopped the nut flush draw in spades.
He was only doing that because I couldn't take him out.
We could see some serious fireworks here, folks.
Oh, and he's coming out, and he's betting at 70,000.
Mommy does. Yeah.
Let's see how the Master Chow plays this. Flops 2 pairs.
It's a matter if he's just going to call and try to reel his opponent in, or if he's going to raise him right now.
Oh, this guy's got some Pacino in him. Nice acting job, casually calling.
Yep. He's just calling him here. Going to try to trap him. So here comes the turn card.
After first.
Oh, it's an ace.
First level, we got
Chow quickly checks again.
The grinder, potential disaster for this guy.
And he's got the top pair and the nut flush draw. A really big hand.
And Chow just sucking him in. Look at this, betting 130,000.
Well, you can't blame him for betting here.
No.
Oh, yeah.
Well, Chow's going all in.
Of course, he's gone over the top.
Well, he's going to make him pay for that draw.
Every pot, baby. Let's go. Let's see what
And let me tell you, folks, right now, the grinder is grinding out a serious problem that he's got.
He's grinded a headache right here. This is a
man,
potential broke time.
Oh. And what he knows is he's got outs, even if Chow has the best hand right now. He's got 2 aces and the nut flush draw. But still, what he's thinking about is, I raised before the flop. Chow called me. Chow checked on the flop when I bet. He called again, and now he's raised me all in on the turn here. When you play a pot against a chip leader, you can go out at any moment. And if the grinder plays this pot and loses it, he'll be out in 5th place just that fast.
Well, why is a big hand I'm laying down?
Oh, man, he's going to lay this down.
And he shows him the hand. Chow's thinking, wow, what a laydown this kid made.
Oh, good, okay.
I guarantee you, he is impressed that a kid can lay that kind of hand down against him.
I can't believe he laid it down. Look at this. We're going to see the Wonder Cam, and it's a jack of diamonds. It was a tremendous laydown. He would not have caught.
That, folks, was a big laydown. He's still alive. He's still got a shot at that $1.5 million because he made that great laydown.
And Chao Chang, the former Chinese cook, cooking right here at Tunica.
Play every pot from now, baby.
My name is Chao Xiang. I live in Las Vegas. I'm a professional poker player. I play 5 days a week. Usually win $200,000-300,000 or lose $200,000-300,000 a night.
This guy's amazing. He came from Vietnam, moved to Colorado, used to be a cook in a Chinese restaurant. So he went from making fried rice to millions at the poker table.
He is one of the very best poker players in the world. Folks, if he's not in your top 5 list, throw your list away and make a new one. Chao Chang should be on it.
Chao Chang, the chip leader with about $1.9 million. And he's going after the $1.5 million first prize here at Tunica. Action's got to be on John Stoltzman. He's got a wired pair of 8s.
And he just limps in first position with the 2 8s. Chow with King 7 suited folds.
Now the great player, Scotty Wynn, looks down at ace deuce of clubs, the button in front of him.
Yeah, he's going to call.
Daniel sticking around with Dolly Parton 9-5.
Well, Michael knocks the table.
Miss Rocky with 10-7. We're playing friendly poker here at Tunica.
So we got 4-way action here, and Chow saying, hey, give me back my hand. I'd like to be in this pot. Flop is 10-5-5.
Oh, look at this. Negrano hitting 3 5s on the flop.
And quickly checks.
Show tunes going off in his head.
Now, Michael, with the 2 10s, he's going to bet here.
He's got 2 pair. He's betting. Now, Stoltzman with the 8s and 5s. He likes the action. He's coming in as well.
And look at this. Scotty has flopped the nut flush draw.
What's that?
And we're seeing a bet and call right here. Will he try to make a move here, Vince, to pick up this pot, or is he going to call?
That's for the break.
Oh, man.
Scotty's going to raise.
He is going to raise it.
To the delight of kid poker, Daniel Negrano. Look at him.
Well, Daniel, he thought he was trapping somebody. Now he's wondering if he's going to be trapped here.
15.
One guy's bet, another guy's called, another guy's come over the top, and he's got 3 5s.
140 and 55. I'm all in.
He's going all in.
He's on the short stack. He's just saying, well, if I got this hand beat, good luck to him.
Immediately pushes all in.
Now, what does the grinder do? He's got his silly little 10s and 5s.
Now, they don't look too strong now when you've been called, raised, and moved in on.
400,
No.
410.
Look where I started.
Who started, you?
Pushes all in 410,000.
Now I'll raise through this.
Now we're back on Michael.
Easy fold.
Well, he's going to lay him down.
Fold the 4th best hand.
As is John going to throw his 2 8s away.
Now it's back to Scotty Wynn. He's got the 4 flush.
How much more can we, baby? Just take the money. How much did you bet? Total?
Now, Scotty
I got it.
is obviously going to assume Daniel must have a 5 here. He cannot make this play without one, especially on the short stack.
190.
It's only going to cost Scotty about 200,000 more to call.
There. So pull that in.
I'm sure he knows he's the underdog right now, but he also knows he's drawing at the nut flush.
As long as you don't have a full house, baby. I have the card to pop you, baby.
You got flush.
He is going to make the call.
I knew you had a flush draw. You're okay so far.
Well, Daniel figured out what he had right away when it took him that long to call, so here we go. It's 3 5s for Daniel.
3 5s.
Scotty stands up with a nut flush draw. Daniel Negrano, the 2-time winner this season on the World Poker Tour, must win this pot to stay alive here.
Kid Poker has to sweat this out. 2 more cards to come, but we're coming right back. Stay with us from Tunica here on the World Poker Tour.
Welcome back to the World Poker Tour, where Daniel Negreanu is all in against Scotty Wynn. Will Daniel's set hold up, or can the Prince of Poker flush the game's hottest player out of this tournament?
Scotty Wynn would be pretty close to being the chip leader if he should knock Daniel out of this.
So Scotty has to catch a club that's not the 9 of clubs. Let's see if he can do it.
And it brings...
Well, the 6 of spades comes on the turn.
Not going to help Scotty so far.
Well, the scenario does not change. Now Scotty cannot catch the 9 of clubs or the 6 of clubs. He must catch a club that doesn't pair 9s or 6s.
Here comes the river.
Can Scotty get a little luck on the World Poker Tour? We will see. Here we go with the river.
Well, the board pairs 10s.
Scotty Wynn not getting lucky. Can't bust Daniel Negreanu out of there. That's going to sting a little bit.
Well, it's definitely going to sting some. And plus, you give the chips back to the hottest guy out here on the tour, Daniel Negreanu.
That was a weird hand.
The last guy you want to see get chips.
WPT champion Daniel Negreanu has become a true superstar.
Oh, there's the 10. He got the 10. Daniel Negreanu not going to do it. Daniel Negreanu has done it.
With his ability to correctly read almost every situation from the early rounds
You play on the internet? Okay, I go.
to the final table, Daniel Negreanu keeps laughing all the way to the bank.
I personally think that if you want to be a successful player, you have to enjoy it. You have to love what you're doing. I call.
Well, he does call.
This card is not good for you. Look at this.
That's my good.
Daniel is known for being good-natured, but never underestimate the heart of a champion.
I mean, I like to be jovial and I like to have fun, but I also don't like bullies. There was a gentleman at the table who was bragging about the fact that he has $100 million and I should respect him. And I told him, I respect you, but I also respect the janitor equally. I've never been one to be bullied by anybody. And I know I'm small, like 5'9", 130 pounds, so that's not necessarily the best approach. But if somebody doesn't want to have fun, I'm ready, you know. Ready to throw down. Poker's not gambling, but for the players who play with me, it's gambling.
Daniel Negreanu, just an amazing story, especially here in season 3. And if he wins this tournament, his total winnings this season will be like $5 million on the World Poker Tour. The guy's averaging over $600,000 a week out here. Amazing.
When you're talking about fields of 400, 500, 600 to be the champion a couple times is astronomical odds. 3 times would be ridiculous.
Action's going to be on Chow and folds.
Into Scotty Wynn. This time he has 10-8 offsuit. Not interested.
Daniel in position on the button, looks at Jack 5 and lays it down.
And now it is on the small blind. Michael Mizrachi. He has 10-8 in his hand.
Well, he's going to limp in, call out of the small blind. John says, give us a flop.
And John's got a miserable little 9-6 offsuit.
So the battle of the blinds.
10-8 versus 9-6.
Here comes a flop. Well, flop comes Queen, Jack 5. The grinder with the gut shot straight draw. He checks, and John quickly checks the 9 high.
Here comes the turn.
The deuce comes off. Doesn't help either player.
Michael quickly checks. John's going to take a stab. He's making a bet here.
Yeah, he's bluffing at the pot, betting 50,000. Just the grinder with just the gut shot straight draw is going to raise advance.
Stop the madness.
He's bet $140,000. And remember, folks, he's on the short stack at the table, yet still making a move like this.
But what the heck is Johnny doing here?
The 23-year-old re-raising again with a 9-6 here, folks. He's got no hand and no draw. Making it $300,000 to go on a stone bluff.
Just great poker by both guys.
You know, both have correctly sensed weakness in their opponent. And it looks like the guy who gets the last punch in is going to win this round.
The grinder, short stacked here, doesn't have many chips left.
He's got the gut shot straight draw. There's no way on God's earth he could think that the 10 high is the best hand now, the way the betting's gone.
He's got to lay it down.
Well, the grinder almost has to lay it down there, Vince.
Oh, pass out the ski mask.
Well, just chalk that one up to John on terrific poker instincts and great poker playing.
friends call me Johnny Blinder, is the result of an unfortunate situation involving a paintball gun in my friend's eye. So, One-Eyed Nick, if you're watching, I'm sorry again, man. My name is John Stolzman, I'm 23 years old, and I'm a student at the University of Wisconsin.
So very high-level poker being played by these young guys up against the superstars of the game and truly holding their own.
All right, action is on Chow. Well, he lays the 10-6 down.
Into a very jolly Scotty win. He looks at Queen Deuce. Doesn't like it.
Around to Daniel on the button. Looks down at 2 7s.
Got a wired pair.
He's going to raise it. Comes in for 80,000.
Now the grinder in the small blind looks down. He's got a pair of 8s, the octopuses.
I'm all in.
He's gone all in with it.
Well, John folds an 8-7. He had one of each of those guys' cards.
Throw 80 in and then let me know what I owe. I just might be coming to dinner this time.
Daniel remembers this scenario last time. His opponent had an overpair over him. In this same situation.
That was the first hand, you're right. Daniel's been his victim today.
Oh, boy.
And you see the look on Daniel's face. It's another 300,000 for him to call here.
And if he should call, Mike, what a great position this would be for the grinder to double up. He would be dominating this hand.
Would it ever be? Remember, because of the WPT cam, we saw John Stoltzman fold an 8-7. So one of Daniel's 7s is in the muck. You see his problem. And he knows it's a problem.
See, the dilemma Daniel now faces is he knows that in best case scenario, he's a 50-50.
Now he's imitating us here, Vince.
So will he make the call? Tough spot to be in. I don't know if I make that call, Vince. I hate to be in those shoes right now.
Well, Vince, the guy's going after our job. I mean, he's a leading money winner on the World Poker Tour. Why is he messing with our job?
And look at this, Mike. He's going to say, let's gamble. Let's do it. He's going for it. No!
Well, Daniel doesn't like what he sees.
I thought you might have 6s. Said I knew I'd be in bad shape.
The grinder can't believe this opportunity.
Well, he has got to be feeling good here. Over 800,000 in this pot.
All I need is a 7. That's what I needed last time.
Well, it's not over, but certainly the grinder, a monster favorite to double up once again off Daniel Negreanu.
5 cards to come. Here's the first 3.
Well, flop is 9-6-5. Now, both players have a straight draw. If they make 3 of a kind, they're going to lose the pot to the other player. Right now, instead of needing a 7, Daniel needs an 8. But remember, John Stoltzman folded an 8 and a 7, so Daniel has 1 out and 1 out only. He must catch the 8 of diamonds to win this pot.
4.
4th straight is a deuce of spades.
That didn't help. Well, still, I need an 8.
Well, Daniel must catch the case 8. There's only 1 left in the deck, the 8 of diamonds. Daniel must catch that card to win this pot.
Here we go with the river.
It's an 8. Wow. Can you believe that? Daniel Negreanu catches an 8. Even though Michael makes 3 8s, he loses the pot to a straight. Wow, what bad luck for Michael Mizrachi right there. The grinder got grinded out by an outdraw by Daniel Negreanu. Terrible luck.
Wow.
But that's poker, folks.
That is just devastation for Michael. What an outdraw.
Well, he shakes everybody's hand. He gets a great ovation from the crowd. They know he was a big favorite to win that pot. To double up right there.
Sorry, brother, man.
What a good sport. What a great player. We're going to see more of Michael the Grinder Mizrachi out here on the World Poker Tour. I don't have any doubt about that.
All right, so how did it feel to play against Daniel, and how does it feel to be so unlucky at this point?
Well, it feels really good to play against the best, but to be unlucky, that's the worst part about it. I wish I was luckier, then I had a good shot.
But you played your cards right.
Yeah, I played him right. I put him with the best hand.
Yeah.
A 4.2 to 1 favorite. Nothing you can do.
Vince, you got to say one thing. He took that beat about as well as you can possibly take it. Folks, you're talking about $1.2 million on a World Poker Tour title, and he lost on a beat like that. Ooh, that is painful.
Oh, he's going to go on suicide watch, and we're going to go on a break. We're down to 4 in Tunica. Stay tuned. We'll be right back with more on the World Poker Tour.
Tunica is really the forefront of gaming in the Mid-South. Tunica is now the third largest gaming destination in the nation. You're going to get a Las Vegas experience. We've got the most elegant property. We're upscale. We're not uptight. We do elegance. You do whatever you want. Those are trendy phrases, but it's true.
Every city we go to, you're faced with like a different sort of standard as to how poker's played. You go to LA, you get really fast, aggressive players. You go to Atlantic City, they're more passive and timid. Down south, you get both. It's like a box of chocolates. You never know which one you're going to get.
Well, I'll tell you one thing, folks. When we come down south, we see the best of the best in the poker world. Just fantastic poker we're watching here tonight.
When you talk about a rush, what about this guy, Daniel Negreanu, this year?
Amazing. A one-outer he put on Michael Mizrachi to knock him out of the tournament.
Well, Daniel quickly goes out. 1.5 going to the champ here. John Stoltzman with King 5.
The 23-year-old from the University of Wisconsin, raising it up to 100,000.
Now it is on Chow.
We can't get it all day, 7.
Throws away Dolly Parton, 9-5.
Scotty Wynn capping his cards. He's got the Jack-10 of clubs. You know, it's the kind of hand you like to see flops with.
He's the big blind already. Got money invested.
All right.
Well, forget about seeing a flop. He's going to raise it and try to take it right here, Vince.
Yes, he is. He's going to try to punish the young 23-year-old Johnny Blinder.
See what he bets. Looks like it's 200,000.
Can he push around this guy who we know didn't have the greatest starting hand?
Well, he's got a King 5 is all he has. Been raised 200,000. My tournament superstar, Scotty Wynn, will you see him squeeze the bill of his hat? I think he's trying to curve it around a little more so it hides his eyes, Vince. Obviously, Scotty getting a good read on him here, that he's not that strong.
This time he shows a king, throws it away.
Can't call.
And Scotty Wynn, the first thing that's gone right for him today so far.
He is a great player, fun to watch. Just hasn't been getting lucky on the World Poker Tour. I mean, he's made the final table, I think, 5 times already. Maybe today's his day. We will see.
You know, baby, I always get too confident, and I blow it. Don't matter how much chip I have. I'm not gonna go through a mistake like the past 2-3 final event I play. It's gonna be different, baby. It's gonna be fun today.
So nicely done by Scotty Wynn, a true heavyweight in the poker world. We're not actually talking about his real weight, of course. Scotty's got to weigh only about 125 pounds. And about 70 of those pounds are his chains that are around his neck.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. He is a heavyweight in the poker world.
He is.
As are Daniel Negreanu and Chow Chang. And you just have to wonder, John Stoltzman, the lone David, up against 3 Goliaths here.
Again.
Can he hang on?
He's holding his own, but right now it's on Chow Chang. Throws away a 6-3.
All around to Scotty. Picks up ace-10 on the button.
Nice starting hand. 4-handed.
You play, I play.
Well, he is going to raise it. Comes in for 95,000.
Okay, he's going to try to push into Kid Poker. Daniel, who's got King Queen, another good starting hand.
Well, it is a nice hand.
He's in the small blind, already invested a little bit, and yes, he's going to make the call.
Are you serious?
John folds the 7 deuce. So here we go. Daniel with King Queen, Scotty with ace-10.
What kind of hand do he have when he calls?
You could have anything. Anything from the deuce to the ace.
Well, flop comes Queen 7-5. A nice flop for Daniel.
Absolutely hits top pair of queens, and he quickly checks it. Wants to trap his man, Scotty.
Come closer, baby.
Well, he's hoping Scotty continues to lead at it.
All right, check. Because I know if I bet he would be coming, so I check it.
But Scotty checks right behind it.
Here comes the turn card.
Well, the 9 of spades comes off, making 2 spades out there in a potential straight.
Card just did not help Scotty, and here comes Daniel.
Daniel bets 200,000 with top pair.
Just play with.
What is Scotty doing? He's going over the top with it.
Look at this. 440,000 on just the ace high, folks. And now you see the concerned look on Daniel's face here.
I said, don't matter what it come on the turn, I would have raised it.
You don't play 6-8.
Please, man. I said, don't matter what come on the turn, you will bet it, so I will raise it. So I made up my mind.
You said you don't play 6-8. Well, chances are if he had 6-8 and would have flopped an open-end straight, he would have bet there. Well, if you're sitting in Daniel's seat now, you're saying, hey, did this guy flop a set or has he got two aces?
Let me look at him. You bluffing? Yep, I got ya. I think you're bluffing.
No. Who bluff us?
He might not be, though. He might have something good.
Superstar, baby.
Scotty trash talking this. He does not believe Daniel. He is so wrong at this time.
The only clever thing I can think of to say is
good hand.
Is all in.
Daniel's going all in.
Over the top, all in.
Well, in case Scotty's on a draw, he's not going to let him draw at it for nothing.
The only clever
he's
thing
going to punish him. And right now, Scotty Wynn is not feeling very well.
Witty. That's the best I can do.
Those chains weighing extra heavy on Scotty's neck right now.
500, 580.
Daniel read him perfectly. Thought he was making a play at the pot. Indeed he was, and now Scotty. It's just the ace high, Vince. What can he be thinking about? It's going to take all his chips here.
See, he was bluffing.
Well, his only out is if he catches an ace. I mean, you know, just Scotty, abandoned ship here.
I should go in before you.
He wanted to be the first one. He thinks it's a game of chicken. First one in gets the dough. 90-90 boo-boo. Give him one of these.
Well, Daniel's laughing at him now. He knows he's picked him off.
I don't want to embarrass me, and I don't want to embarrass you. So let's see.
Too late for that.
5.
Oh, you're right about that, Vince.
Oh.
The egg is all over your face now, Scotty.
Gotta respect his nerve, though, to attempt this.
Vince, the only way he can possibly consider calling this bet is if he believes the ace high is the best hand.
Well, maybe he thinks that at this point.
Well, I mean, just looking at Daniel, does he look like he's totally bluffing?
I finally figured out what you got. Took me a while. I think he has ace-9.
Well, you're close, right? Daniel. He's got ace-10.
Yeah? Sweet.
Not exactly, but a good call.
You're going to show me like deuce 4 just this, baby. I know this is good, the best hand here.
He thinks this ace high is the best hand, Vince. He thinks that Daniel is on some type of draw. Some kind of straight draw or flush draw.
Why every time I'm in WPT, I'm number 4 or 5th?
Well, Scotty's right about that. He's been on the World Poker Tour final tables as much or more than any other player.
You gonna show me
and has never got past the 4-hole.
Deuce 4? You really think I have deuce 4? That's what you put me on? After all this time, you put me on deuce 4?
Because this is what you like to do. Embarrass me, right?
I like to embarrass you? It's nothing personal, bro.
All right.
Well, he doesn't want to be shown the stone bluff here. He's sort of a macho guy. Doesn't like to get out-bluffed and out-played in this case.
I swear to God, I can taste it.
He can taste it.
All right, baby, we play next part.
Well, he is going to lay it down. It took him a long time to get to the right decision.
So it's good for our
Now
game.
look at this. He wants his friend to show him the hand. That hand's got to irk Scotty Wynn.
Stay tight. There's more Southern-style Texas Hold'em from Tunica here on the World Poker Tour.